Good morning, Boker Tov. Welcome back to 10 Minutes of Meaning. Always great to be together to learn and study Iggeres HaRamban, the Ramban's letter to his son, the Ramban's letter to each and every one of us to grow and be a better and best version of ourselves. 10 Minutes of Meaning series is generously sponsored by Shmuel and Esther Shayowitz, the Nishmas, his father, Yaakov Yehuda Megedalia, and in the Schutz of Refuah Shlema of her mother, Batsheva, Basbul, and Rivka. We are very, very grateful to the Shayowitzes for their sponsorship. The Ramban has been taking us in this formula: condition ourselves to speak softly, gently, kindly. In that, we'll purge, we'll get rid of any anger within ourselves. When we get rid of the anger, we make room, and in place of the anger, there can be awe of Hashem and humility and modesty. When a person lives life and looks around and says, I'm not in charge, I'm not in control, God doesn't work for me, I work for Him, what's it all about? One doesn't swell with arrogance, but rather one retreats with a sense of modesty. I'm unworthy, I'm incapable, this is His world. One is in awe of Hashem. So the Ramban says if anger is the most categorically worst character trait, anger is the root of all destructive, catastrophic character traits, then anava, humility, is the root of all positive character traits. We started this last time. And with what does a person's heart swell with arrogance, grow arrogant? Im ba'osher. So if it's with wealth, you'll say, I have a few shekel in the bank, I got a few dollars in the bank. Whether a person is exceedingly wealthy, whether they have intergenerational wealth, or whether a person knows where their next meal is coming from, but simply that comfort or confidence of having a few shekel in the bank can make a person feel arrogant, can make a person feel, I'm good to go, it's mine. All this wealth is the result of my hard work. So if that's the case, says Ramban, quoting a pasuk in Shmuel, Hashem morishu ma'ashir. God is the one who gives wealth. God is the one who can take away wealth. There's a cycle, an economic cycle. We've lived through it. Maybe we're living through it right now. And the same Hashem, the same God who puts us in a position of prosperity, can, God forbid, put us in a crisis, can grow inflation and hurt the supply chain and create all kinds of problems. I love to repeat the story. In 2001, Indra Nooyi was named the president of PepsiCo. 5 years later, she was promoted to the CEO. In 2007, she became the chairman of the company as well. And she described the day she was appointed president. She was put in charge of running a $166 billion a year company. That night, her parents happened to be visiting. And she described it the following, quote, I'll never forget coming home after being named president of Pepsi back in 2001. My mother was visiting at the time. I've got great news for you, I shouted. She replied, it can wait. We need you to go out and get some milk. So I go out and get milk, and when I come back, I'm hopping mad. I say, I had great news for you. I've just been named the president of Pepsi, and all you want me to do is go out and get milk? And then she said, let me explain something to you. You may be the president of Pepsi, but when you step into this house, you're a wife and a mother first. Nobody can take that place. So leave your crown in the garage. Leave your crown in the garage. You know, whatever you've been appointed, and whatever the salary, whatever the benefits, whatever the stock options, leave the crown in the garage. Hashem morishu ma'ashir. God is the one who appoints, provides wealth, and Hashem is the one who can easily take it away. Im bekavod. So what's a person going to swell with arrogance? They're going to say, you know how many followers, you know how many likes, you know what beautiful emails, do you know where I got to give a speech, an invocation, offer a prayer? Do you know, kavod, that's yours? You think it's coming to you? Hello, Elokimu, shnemar ha'oshev ha'kavod milfanecha. Wealth and honor, milfanecha, are from before Hashem. Hashem is the one who gives it out, who distributes it. The same people who had great honor have great dishonor a short time later. All it takes is one false accusation. All it takes is one misstep. All it takes is one slight mistake in saying something you shouldn't. Whatever all that honor, how many people have we seen? Prominent, prestigious, accomplished people of honor and distinction. And all it takes, like that, the honor is gone. They're living with and struggling from the greatest dishonor. So never, ever believe the hype. Never let it go to your head. Never think it's real. Always know it's borrowed, it's lent, it's not permanent. It's from Hashem. It's milfanecha. Ha'osher v'ha'kavod milfanecha. We say it, you just said it, every day in davening. Ha'osher v'ha'kavod milfanecha. Ve'ich mispar b'chvod kono. Ve'im mispar b'chachma. So you know where maybe you say, you know I am arrogant? Smartest person in the room. Highest IQ, best memory, most insight. I'm the smartest. You're going to be so arrogant because of chachma. Meisir safal ne'emanim v'tam zakenim yikach. Kodesh Baruch Hu could take that. We mentioned last time, tragically, how many people we've had in our own families, God forbid, in our own lives. How many brilliant people confront dementia, Alzheimer's, memory loss. It's borrowed. It's lent. If you remember your own name, you're a step ahead. If you remember your kids' names, you're good to go. If you have any insight, any memory, any wisdom, any IQ, be grateful. Hashem, thank you. Thank you that I can string a sentence together. Hashem, thank you that I still remember that I can function, I can interact. Never, ever get arrogant because you think you're smarter, you have a greater memory, you have more insight. Nimsa kol shava lefnei hamakom. Everything is equal before HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki ba'apo mashpil geim uvirtzuno magbia shefalim. Everything is equal in front of Hashem. Hakol shava. It's all equal. What does it mean? It's all equal in front of Hashem. Hakol shava lefnei hamakom. There is no arrogance. In front of Hashem, nobody's richer or poorer, smarter or less smart. Nobody's handsome, less athletic, artistic, more or less. Hakol shava lefnei hamakom. Because it's all equally distributed. You know, if you have kinderlach and they're different ages. So I don't know, for their birthday or for Hanukkah, you give out a different amount of gelt. So the kid who got more gelt is going to be arrogant over the kid who got less. You're watching and you say, you know, it's all equal to me because I'm the one giving all of you money. You have kids, they each have a debit card. They're at different stages of life. So I don't know, your 8th grader and your 12th grader and your married kid, you put different amounts on the debit card. So the one who got a bigger amount on their debit card, what they're going to look with arrogance, look at me. I got more on my debit card. I got more money. You look as the parent and you say, hey, clowns, I'm the one who put it all on all your debit cards. It's all from me. You're all equal before me. None of you earned it. None of you are entitled to it. It doesn't belong to any of you. It's all from me. So you're all equal as far as I'm concerned. Nobody here has a right to be more arrogant over Kodesh Baruch Hu. We operate our lives, our debit cards. And Kodesh Baruch Hu replenishes it, and he looks down at Kol Shava Lefnei Hamakom. From Hashem's perspective, he's the one distributing, allocating. He's the one who's lending it to all. Ki ba'apo mashpil geim. If he gets angry, he can lower the arrogant like that. Like that. Elected officials, star athletes, celebrities, accomplished, brilliant people. Like that. One mistake, one misstep, one accusation. Mashpil geim. Lower it like that overnight. Uvirtzono magbia shfalim. And the opposite is also true. Somebody feels down and out, low to the ground, insignificant, invisible, inconsequential. He can be magbia shfalim. He raises up. All it takes in one moment, you know, the 5 minutes of fame, right place at the right time, noticed by the right person, and all of a sudden, that person who fell down and out, all of a sudden, they're on the ascent. Lachein hashpil atzmecha v'nasacha makom. So the Ramban says to his son, look, HaKadosh Baruch Hu can knock down the people who think they're high up on a pedestal. He can raise up the people who are low down. He looks at Kol Shava Lefnei Hamakom. All of us are a bunch of clowns because he's the one replenishing our debit cards. So the Ramban tells his son, therefore, knock yourself down so he doesn't have to knock you down. Act with humility. Now, don't knock yourself down, beat yourself up, knock yourself down in a debilitating, paralyzing, self-destructive way. Of course not, God forbid. But it means, be humble, realize where it all comes from, be grateful that it's on borrowed, that you have it, because if you don't do that, then he's going to intervene or intercede to do it. So the child who says, I know everything on the debit card's not mine. Thank you. I'm unworthy. I'm so appreciative. I can't say thank you enough. It means the world. I hope I'm using it according to what you want me to be doing it for. That child, you say, here's a little more. Enjoy a little more. And the child who walks around and says, who can I treat to what with my debit card because I have a lot of money and I'm fancy and how much do you have? I have a lot more. Say, you had a lot more. I just took it off of your debit card. You need a little humility. So if we can ourselves, with gratitude, with appreciation, with humility, Kodesh Baruch Hu doesn't need to do it for us. What I'll leave for next time that I want to ask on the Ramban from here is, I don't understand, don't we say we have Bechira Chavshis? Kodesh Baruch Hu endowed us with free will, and our free will gives us choices, so we work hard. A lot of people who accomplish in life, they work hard. They put in time, blood, sweat, and tears. They make good choices, entrepreneurial, creative, work ethic, long hours. Don't we have a right to feel proud that maybe we've accomplished? Maybe a person who breaks through in business, builds a company, has customers, has clients, has influence. They're not entitled to feel a little bit of pride that, not pride I'm better than or greater than others, but pride that there's a payoff to my hard work. I'm proud of what I've done. Is there any room for that? We'll pick up with it next time. Should be a day of Besoros Tovos, Yeshuas, V'Nechamas.